day 8, number 8, working through Speed Mechanics for Lead Guitar by Troy Stetina, and finishing up the chapter on alternate picking, going through a section on all kinds of sequencing, or sequences, how does he call it? Double check. Sequence patterns. And he actually had some examples written out here I had never done before, which feels like they would be worth expanding on for my own capitalistic gains. We can all improve and hopefully increase all of our wealth all at the same time. Lord Potato. Oh, the trifecta is complete. Or the Mile High Shred Trinity. Mr. Taylor, Plastodon, and Lord Potato. We don't need that quite this far in now, do we? Alright. Get out the old metronome. The Mile High Shred Triforce. I guess that is more appropriate. Okay. So this one looks like we got this example number 113. So like I have been doing, just running through the different examples of the book, not playing any of the audio stuff because I think that would be giving away too much and perhaps get me in trouble for copyright. Also not showing what's in the book for the same reason. All right, here we go. Where does this pattern go? Oh, this one would be... that note twice, huh? This is very much like the 4-note or 2-note coils, as I like to call them. This is really difficult to play fast. It's a weird way to flip the descending part. Let's just whip through these. I'll use metronome every now and then. I want to try and actually get through this book a little bit faster. So triplet one is next for example 114. Let's see. Get some harmonic minor. All right, not bad on that. Example 115 says, exercise 115 applies a descending triplet sequence to the blues scale in A. The blues scale, a minor pentatonic scale with the addition of the flat fifth tone. See Heavy Metal Lead Guitar Volume 1, page 23. We don't have that. All right, let's see. We got... Whoa. Whoa, hold on a minute. All right. Plastidon, you're playing guitar with amplification. Have you been not using amplification recently? Exercise 116 says is using a 6-note sequence. Alright, so it's got some string skipping involved. Alright, this one's going to be a little bit tough. Maybe just plays the same note again to start the descending. Alright, moving on. More sequences. The sequence for exercise 117. Alright. Worried about that. Let's just get to it. 117. What do we got here? Okay. another pattern I'm not used to. Placid on. You haven't touched the guitar since I've been out. Uh-oh. Finally have your computer set up, comfortable place. That's good. That was all on you to turn it on to work on music. And perhaps for me to be in town. Alright, exercise 118 moves through a diminished 7th arpeggio sequence in descending groups of 4. Oh boy. That's a classic one, isn't it? I think I'd be better at it. Other speed exercises. In exercise 119, you'll play a major scale in each position and back down the neck. Okay? What? Play a major scale in each position up and down back to the neck. Oh, I would not use this as a speed building exercise. Because, all the string skipping, that's just weird. I think that's more like a finger... Or better for finger dexterity or picking dexterity. That's just weird. Try and figure this out. Mr. Deaf World, hello, sir. How are things in Texas? Oh, I did that wrong anyway. Well, does he just want me to go move that up chromatically? He's not very specific. I guess I'd have to listen to the audio to understand better, because just play A major scale up and down every position. So there's another chromatic thing. Okay. Oh, I'm an idiot. I read that wrong. Been playing for over 20 years and I can't read tablature still. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I still would not use this as a speed building thing. It's a fine thing to do if you like it. You can certainly get more out of it if you like it. I don't feel like that's a good thing for building speed, though. Exercise 120 applies the same idea to the harmonic minor scale. that one makes a bit more sense because it's going straight up and down, and it's not string skipping like the other one. But again, the whole chromatic thing, I don't think is the best idea when it comes to speed building. That's going to be more endurance building, not speed building. Yeah, this chromatic stuff. No, I don't like that. It's fine for endurance, but not really speed. It's just too long for speed. Let's see, def roll rates. For the answer on Texas. Finally, passing grade. Got a passing grade in algebraic reasoning. That's right, you were having trouble with that. Well, congratulations. After weeks of getting your ass beaten in advanced algebra, I finally got a 100 on a test. Very good. Fool indeed I am. Lost 8 pounds of fat mass. That's very good. Pushing to get to 245. Well, very good. That is very good. You're almost down to my heaviest. Okay, next thing here. The final speed exercise is definitely one of the best and deserves a lot of attention. Okay. Begin slowly and gradually build up speed as you add one note of the scale at a time. This is a great way to practice any new scale that you are learning. Try using different scales. So this is B Phrygian. Okay. Keep on to play the wrong damn thing. Etc. And he's got the same example for G, I guess in this case, what, G Mixolydian, since it doesn't have a, no, it's G Ionian. Yeah, I wouldn't really call this a good speed builder, though. I mean, you can work on building speed with that, but definitely good for learning to scale, for sure. You got to keep going up and down, up and down, up and down that thing, expanding, expanding, expanding on the shape. Great for picking, because you got to keep up with the alternate picking. Make sure you don't do any accidental economy picking of like 2 downstrokes and 2 upstrokes when your goal is to do strict alternate picking. Definitely great for improving fretting hand dexterity and all that, but can you use it to build speed? Sure. But I don't feel like it's an optimal speed building exercise because of how complicated or complex it is. Now we are on to the next section of sweep picking. Holy moly. Finally. Back to the comments on YouTube. Of course, the other channels are silent. The 8 pounds from Def World went to your chins. Fantastic. No wonder your photos have been extra renaissance. You haven't had time for guitar, Mr. Def World. Well, goddamn. That is a shame. Tristan, hello. Good day to you, and a good day to you, sir. Did have a good time off, thank you. And how are things in Australia? All right, sweep picking. Here we go, new section. Sweeping arpeggios. Sweep picking is particularly useful for arpeggio-oriented licks where many of the notes lie on adjacent strings, 1 note per string. When you're sweeping across the strings, the pick should not be lifted after each string, but rather should flow across the strings with one brushing motion. Lift each finger slightly as the subsequent notes are played so that your left hand rolls across the neck. I could imagine that wording it that way could confuse some folks. Continuing. Also, lean the top of your pick slightly in the direction you are sweeping. First, practice sweeping across 3 strings at a time for the following Yngwie type sweeps. Exercise 123 has a minor arpeggio with only a downward sweep. Yes, Mr. Yngwie loves his 3-string sweeps where he's only picking down, or at least slanting the pick down like this, because that man cannot turn his arm to go the other direction. He can only do 3-string sweeps. If he adds in another string, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for him. Let's see. So exercise 123 has a minor arpeggio with only a downward sweep. I guess if I loop that, I got to do a string skip. Exercise 124 has a diminished 7th arpeggio that utilizes both a downward and upward sweep. Oh, I see. Oh, that's supposed to be all one thing there. I see. All right, 123. Here we go. That's not what it is. All right. Is it like it's supposed to be all one thing, or is it like supposed to just loop that? Or just practice it like that? And then we got... Okay, so I'm assuming he wants you to practice it like that kind of thing. And then practice. Alright, now the E diminished to 7. Let's see, we got... Now this one I might want to work up. That'd be kind of neat. If I was to do that lower. Yeah, maybe I'll go ahead and stick with that fingering. Bit unorthodox for what I usually like to do, but why not? Let's work that up. I'll work this guy up. Cold in Australia. Oh, winter. Yeah, that makes sense. Guitar gets so cold it hurts to rest your hand on the tremolo. Jesus. Well, if you play fast enough, does that warm it up for you? All right, we're going to work up some diminished. Now this is set up to be groups of 7 notes here. I'm going to start off with boring old 8th notes. I'm going to ease into it. All right, so... Here we go. Well, that's good. It means you play fast. Look at that. You can advertise yourself as like, I play guitar so fast I heat them up. And it's true. Alright, you know, I'm curious. Can I actually start with like maybe 16s or even triplets? Let me see. Okay, so that didn't work. That actually lines up at the end. I'm doing it that way. What if I did it this way? That works too. Alright, I'm going to see if I can do it this way. Holy shit. Kaz Mothington over on Twitch. We doubled the potato, double the starch, and double the calories. Alright, so far so good here. Good. Invade the spaces. Be the space invader. Your activity will be with the thing that pushes the algorithm out to the entire world. So long as, yeah, never mind. No. Harder to control. See, look at that. Your interaction on Twitch has brought about a chat bot. Very nice. Yeah, something like this definitely would be worth breaking down into more manageable pieces, and I had to expand on it. Like, decrease the difficulty for people, because this is absolutely gonna really screw with people at big time. Like, a lot more steps need to be provided for people on how to break this thing down into more manageable chunks, because that's gonna kick the ass of damn near everybody at first. Jesus Christ, now it's getting all chunky here. Yeah, this would need to be worked up even slower to keep it smoother. Like, if you actually play it how it's written there, as the 7 notes per click. Let's see. Yeah, that's freaking nuts. Well, like I said, sweep picking is my worst technique, I feel. So I can definitely benefit from a lot of that. anyway, I'm going to move on because I need way more time with that to get my muscle memory down. Good Lord. All right, next. The following exercise, and also we got 26 minutes before I definitely have to be off for the last lesson of the week. How the hell is this week already over? I just got back. This is nuts. This is freaking nuts. The following exercise incorporates the 3-string sweeping pattern repeatedly. This one's got 6 notes per click, not 7. Concentrate on making the notes in each sweep sound rhythmically even. Let's see. Let's back to this one. And then... Does he want you to do it all together? Yeah, that's... Nope. It does go F to B. Okay, that's unexpected. What the... Man. Dude. This is not... Oh, God. Of course, I'm going to sound like an asshole, and if Troy Stetina never sees this, sorry, Troy. Look, I do not think this is a good approach to introduce people to sweep picking. Like, the level of difficulty is just so ungodly high. The way it starts and then how it progresses, like, Jesus Christ. Like... There's a lot of different patterns there, all stuck together. Perhaps in the audio, he talks about the importance of working on each arpeggio individually, and then maybe putting 2 together at the same time. Issues with this pattern, like there's plenty of other shapes that could be used to make an easier transition from one arpeggio to the next. So, problems that I see right off the bat. Starting off is fine. So you're ending that shape with the middle finger. The next shape for this is basically a D over F sharp. You're supposed to start it with your middle finger on the 11th fret of the G string. Do you see a problem with that? I'm not trying to flip you off. But whatever. I just ended on the 13th fret of the B string. But I'm supposed to start the next thing, 11th fret of the G string. Can it be done? Ow, fuck. I cut my finger earlier today with a plastic knife trying to... What the hell? To score a hot dog for the air fryer to cook lunch for my wife. Fuck, it just slid right into the goddamn thing. Ow! Shit. So yeah, you can do it. But that's going to confuse the shit out of people. far the rest is fine. That was kind of a bleh. Oh. And then this sudden change. And like here, another one where you gotta like do like a roll shift. And then this shit at the end, what the fuck? Damn, that freaking smarts. Yeah, that. I want to hear how it sounds when he plays that, because that's, boy oh boy. You gotta treat it like a chord. Yeah, some kind of instruction to help people out with that would be nice. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff there. Oof. I actually did see somebody, I don't remember his name. I don't know if I bookmarked it or not. I may have. Some guy who's went to Jason Becker's house and played Sarana. Is that how you pronounce it? The well-known sweep picking song from Jason Becker. And good God, I've never heard anyone play it that fast and that clean before. And he's got like a sweep picking instruction book or course out. That, I think, would be worth my time, for sure. I could probably learn something from him on that one, since I don't feel like I'm that well versed in sweeping. I can get by. I can do a bit. I can help people out a bit. At least I know how to break things down. But anyway, now we got 18 minutes left. Example, okay, it says here, exercises 126, 127, and 128 employ the sweeping technique for 2-octave arpeggios. Concentrate on keeping all of the notes even. Also make sure that your left hand is rolling correctly to keep the strings from ringing together. Yeah, this freaking shape here. This one I always have issues with on... coming back down, because my finger always lands on that frickin' B string. Guess you can kind of not hear it that well on the way down if I'm going that fast. But I'll typically practice that going down with multiple fingers. This way it stays cleaner. And then this E minor one, just basically your E minor pentatonic. Yep, that freaking thing right there. See, I feel like I should do that on the way back as well. Definitely definitely got to practice the hell out of that. Yeah, that's like the difficulty spike. Holy shit, man. Oh my god. What? What did he give you? Give us? He wants you to use your ring for that? What? Okay. Wait, he has you go from this all the way to that? Why not just do it here? What the fuck, dude? Yeah, that is a gigantic increase of difficulty. Gotta run. All right. See you next time, Mr. Tristan. Holy moly. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That is a terrible increase of difficulty spike. Good God. I'm not just saying that because I suck at it. It's just like that is really going to screw with people big time. Like, man. Oh, goodness. This one, exercise 129, is more difficult due to the hammer-ons and pull-offs used in the middle. All right. This got... I would say that's much easier to do. Because you're not doing all kinds of crazy rolls across multiple strings. I don't know why he thinks that's more difficult. Well, because of the hammer on and pull off in the middle there, but still. I think that's a lot easier than those previous 1, 2, 3, well, technically 4, even 5. Anyway, wow. Hank's Den, hello. The fucker speed mechanics. Well, apparently things found in this book. It's really just about techniques used when you're playing fast. And this current technique that is supposed to be getting taught out of this book is sweep picking. Exercise 130 is another Yngwie style lick involving left hand position shifts. Alright, let's see. We got... Ooh, okay. That slide he's putting in there. You'd make people think they're supposed to actually slide, but you wouldn't be. It's just a jump. Okay. That one's got to get that into muscle memory there. That one you do slide up to. Okay, okay. one worth working up, which I won't be doing right now because we only got 11 minutes left. Technically less than 10 because I got to sign out and then get the lesson materials ready. I would say once you get used to that, probably even easier than those 5 to 6 string shapes he's got going on there. Anyway, yeah, this whole section of the book definitely needs some extra steps for everybody to understand how to work up these things, because the difficulty is just too freaking high. Like it just jumps from one thing to the next too much. In my opinion, of course, but what do I know? Exercise 131 moves through all the chords in the key of E major. All the chords. All the triad chords. So you got E, F sharp minor, G sharp minor, A, B, C sharp minor, D sharp diminished, and then back to E. Yeah, those are not all the chords. Those are all the triad chords. I was using these shapes, so these are the ones that I learned, I think. Let me see. No, it goes down differently? Well, that's not part of E. See, he could have just left it at this. Now that's a common shape. But you have to throw in the... Oh, he's not even picking that. He's... Oh, minor. Yeah. Would have made more sense to do an extra variation where you just... instead of throwing in that. I mean, it sounds interesting. Definitely having both, I think, would be worthwhile. I wonder how much of what he put in here was limited to for, like, I don't know, contractual reasons of like what he was allowed to put in the book or how much space was allowed to be taken up. It's got to be something to do with it, I would think. Anyway, continuing on here. Probably gonna have to wrap it up after the next, probably these two examples here maybe. Here are a few more advanced sweeps involving position shifts. So we got an open string to start. Okay, he's doing like an economy picking thing. Yeah, that's definitely different. Okay, let's see. Those are definitely hand position shifts. Oh no. Oh, so he does all that alternate pick first. Okay, I wouldn't do it like that if he's gonna play those notes. I'd just do it like that. Instead of doing like that. That seems more difficult than necessary. Yeah, that's pretty advanced, all right. Good Lord. Now, if you did a slide there, I could see that. But no, he wants you to pick all that. Yeah, that would be a pain in the ass. Definitely need to metronome that up. All right, last example to play through. 133. See, he's got a slide when you're ending this with your first finger, and then he has a slide mark saying you got to play this with your middle. A slide is so unnecessary at that point. That is absolutely going to confuse people. Because they're thinking, how the hell am I supposed to slide with my first finger and then also be on there with the middle? That slide mark should not be in there. And you need a 24th or a 24 fret guitar. Because yeah, got to go all the way to 24 there. Whew, yep. Those all require some serious metronome work right there. And then the next exercise here involves open strings being used in a sweep. Well, good luck keeping that clean. Need to listen to how he plays that because what the hell? I mean, if you do some palm muting, you can make that work. And again, he's got an open B string and then a slide mark to the 5th fret. That slide mark should not be in there. Anyway, that's it. Jesus Christ, I have 2 minutes. I gotta go. All right, back at it. Vacation's over. So day 9 on this will be next week, starting at the same time. At least it should be. So 4 o'clock Pacific time zone. Let's see, Placidon. I'm not sure if he's following Yngwie exact shapes and sweeping patterns. Yngwie will start on upstroke on some of the sweep flows. He did that like at the beginning, but most of them no. And yeah, Yngwie can't do anything beyond 3 strings anyway, because he will, yeah, he never leaves that position. He'll never turn it this way to sweep that direction. He only goes that one way. All right, that's it. Thank you, everybody who came on.